When they look at Nicki and they say she's like crazy, like
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj, it's a lot of new females coming into hip hop culture, and she got a position that she has to fight to sustain.
Yeah, they don't let you keep the position.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you gotta stay active and do what you gotta do.
I have my own theory on the Nicki Minaj thing. The way she's associating herself with Trump and why she's rooting for him publicly even though she's getting some backlash all over the internet. And I really think she do agree with him on many things, but I do feel like she's making it publicly because she's probably looking for protection. You know from who? You know who I'm talking about. Because nobody now in the industry have her back. And there's people who literally are trying to Nicki and they just want to erase her at this point. So what she's actually doing is really smart, and she's saving her family and her children. And I don't think her political side should matter to people because you are listening to her music. Like her political sides, you can agree and you can disagree. Everybody have their own opinion on things. And she's trying her best to just fight for injustice and, you know, keep her family safe. And I really respect that about her and that she's speaking publicly about those things. And let me know if you think that she's looking for protection. You know from who? Tell me in the comments.
And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
MAGA Minaj has been trending ever since Nicki came out as a full-blown Trumpy, and baby, everyone is dragging her down to hell for it. If you've been paying attention, then you know she has been slowly showing her true colors for a hot minute now. But no one actually thought she would go full out with it, especially since most of her fans are LGBTQ+. But get this, word on the street is Nicki isn't just supporting Republicans because she's some broke homophobic maniac. No ma'am. Apparently, some powerful people have been out to take her life for some time now, and the Trump's administration secretly cut a deal with her to offer protection, but under one condition. That is, she denounces her stance as a Democrat and goes full MAGA. Yes, I know this sounds crazy as hell, but the receipts are undeniable, and we are going to get into all of it. Now, the entire reason people started going in on Nicki is that she recently made a surprise guest appearance at Turning Point USA's annual America Fest conference in Phoenix, Arizona. She joined Erica Kirk on stage for a live Q&A session, officially making it known to everyone that she is MAGA. Initially, she was hiding her MAGA status behind speaking up for Christians in Nigeria. But after that failed, she just decided to stop hiding and expose where she truly stands in this whole thing.
we won't be silenced ever again. We will speak up for Christians wherever they are in this world. Amen.
She was on stage glazing the hell out of Trump. This is the same Nicki who was so anti-Trump back in 2016. But today, she's calling him handsome and claiming he's the best thing that has happened to our country. You can't make this up. There was even an awkward moment where she literally called J.D. Vance an assassin. Right in front of Erica. She was up there just saying a whole bunch of stuff that barely even made sense.
Amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine.
In fact, earlier this year, the police were called to Nicki's house after her neighbor claimed they heard multiple shots coming from her property. The person who made the call even went as far as claiming that Nicki had been shot. However, when the police pulled up, they found out that it was a SWAT call. Mind you, this wasn't the first time a call like this had been made to her house, so clearly someone is targeting her. The first one was back in June 2023 when someone made a call to the police reporting Nicki and her husband.
of inappropriately messing with their then 4-year-old son. Even after months of the police investigating, they said they couldn't find the person who was behind the calls. But guess what? Nicki hired her own private investigator,
And within days, they found out who the person was.
This was when Nicki realized that the police were not on her side.
Nicki actually came out and tweeted about it, and she said, "To the woman who made those swatting calls to my home, was it worth it, Dumbo?" She said in another tweet, "Stephanie Bell, a warrant is in the system. Great detective work, so grateful." The DA filed 1 count for the swatting call and 1 for the false report to DCFS. To God be the glory. Now, you'd think that this would stop here, but it didn't. It was just the beginning. There was another attempt on her life, and this time, Nicki claimed that it was food poisoning. She posted a photo of her order from Outback that had "We love you, Barb" written on the bag. Nicki said she didn't understand how the people who prepared her order even knew the food was getting delivered to her, and that she suspected that someone on her team disclosed that information to put her in danger. She said, "Thank God I don't eat the food in this place. Imagine seeing this written on a brown paper bag. Why would a person placing an order say who it's for?" She also said in another tweet that she didn't feel safe anymore ordering food because there was something fishy going on, and that she will not be buying food from Outback ever again. "I don't care how long it takes to get an Outback, I will never eat again at Outback." Not only that, but last year when she went to Amsterdam as part of her Pink Friday 2 tour, she got arrested upon arrival because the Dutch police had received a tip that she had soft substances in her luggage. Apparently, the plan was to get her caught with hard substances so she would end up doing time. But luckily, she was only caught with soft substances and paid just a couple of $100 in fines. Immediately she was released, she got on X, and baby, it was up for everyone. They've been trying everything they possibly can to try to stop this tour. They took my luggage, and when I asked where it is, they said it's on the plane. It couldn't have been, I just pulled up. They're being paid big money to try to sabotage my tour because so many people are mad that it's this successful and they can't eat off me. They got caught stealing money from my travel jets. Got fired, got mad. This is how they plant things in your luggage. These rumors about Roc Nation trying to sabotage Nicki got fueled by the popular YouTube blogger Storm Monroe, who revealed that he got some inside tea that Jay-Z was behind Nicki's arrest. According to Storm, Roc Nation allegedly paid someone in Nicki's team to give them information on everything Nicki does. That's how the Dutch police knew there was weed in Nicki's luggage, even before she arrived.
Allegedly, Jay-Z and Roc Nation is behind this. Jay-Z and Roc Nation has been after Nicki for a while, especially after she released that song, Bigfoot. But even long before then, there had been beef, which I did not realize. So, from what I'm being told, Jay-Z was trying to get her arrested, but of course legally. That's why they waited till she was overseas to do this to her. Roc Nation wanted to make sure that when she got arrested or apprehended for whatever, because you know in the industry they can get you set up with all kinds of charges, all right? It said that they wanted to make sure her husband was not with her because her husband is her protection, which we know that. Roc Nation is looking to bankrupt Nicki. And this is why there has been several stories planted about her being broke, going broke, or needing to constantly tour because she's close to being broke. This was absolute setup and sabotage. And if I was Nicki, I would fire my whole team. Fire the whole security team. There is a mole. Get rid of them all. There is a mole. Because now that I think about it, Roc Nation got Meg. The only competition that Nicki has is Meg. Let's keep it real. It ain't Lotto. It ain't Mocha Latte. What's the other rappers out here? There's nobody. It ain't Cardi. I know y'all wanted it to be Cardi. It ain't Cardi. She was absolutely set up. Also, Tory Lanez was supposed to sign to Roc Nation first, and the second option was Meg. See? But y'all remember when Tory Lanez's daddy said, "This is Roc Nation," we all thought he was crazy.
Oh, and remember what I said earlier about Roc Nation allegedly trying to put her in a guardianship? Well, that tea was spilled by Tasha K, and people actually believe that what she said makes a lot of sense. Tasha said Roc Nation has allegedly been plotting to get Nicki in a guardianship too, just like Wendy, but the only thing that is stopping them from being able to do that is her husband, Kenneth Petty.
Not something that is like a conspiracy theory. This shit actually happens. But if they're able to separate Nicki and Kenny, that makes Nicki vulnerable because your husband is your power of attorney. Your husband is your signator on all of your accounts in the event anything goes wrong. Michael wasn't married. Britney Spears was married, but of course they control all of that. And so the mere fact that all these narratives are out about Kenny stealing this to buy chains and buy that, that's not what it is. It's like, you know, they got doctors that are giving out these diagnoses saying that she's schizophrenic and bipolar and all of this stuff. And then Kenny's now here. You know, she trusts Kenny. Of course, they've known each other since they were kids. Their families know each other. And so Kenny is just in the way. And so what do? You create narratives to try to separate, because if you separate, then you can divide and conquer. And so that's what it's about. You know, she's going into her latter years and, you know, there's a lot of money on the line and she's worth a lot, but Kenny is in the way. And so, they wouldn't have been able to put her under a conservatorship because she has a husband. So, you know, and like I said, there was only one that was accused of stealing. We're gonna leave it at that. Okay?
Y'all gonna stop twisting my damn words. Nicki Minaj ain't got no schizophrenia. They tried to 5150 Kanye for being bipolar. It's a mood disorder. Then turned around and attempted to seize his assets just because he was talking his ish. Meanwhile, Wendy Williams is sitting in a luxury hospital suite while her lawyers spend her money. Michael Jackson's gone, and Britney Spears had to flee the U.S. to Mexico just to feel free after years under that conservatorship. What part don't y'all understand? This is a systemic industry takedown meant to make her look incapable of managing her own money. And let's be clear, Kenny, the husband, is in the way. All this started after she tweeted about that damn COVID vaccine.
Now, when it comes to 50 Cent warning Nicki about her safety, this isn't anything new because he and she are very close. So if anyone is aware of what she's going through behind the scenes, then it's him. Apart from the fact that he is reportedly MAGA himself and has showed a lot of support for the Republican Party, he also hates Roc Nation just like Nicki does. It's still not confirmed if Nicki is really doing this because she has been offered protection, but this is what a lot of people seem to believe. And given all the receipts of her life being in danger and the police doing absolutely nothing to help her, there's a chance that she might be doing all this just to stay alive. One person said, "Let's say this is accurate. How bad and dangerous is it that she is literally gambling her legacy forever? That part is crazy." Another person said they want to do Nicki like Britney. She did the right thing. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Nicki betraying her fans by going full MAGA? And do you really think she's doing this for protection? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.